Prime Minister Mark Carney's minority government is tabling its first budget in Ottawa tomorrow, but it's not clear right now if it has the support to pass.
The Liberals' first fiscal update in almost a year will be a confidence vote, meaning we could be headed to election before Christmas. So joining us live now to weigh in on this is Sahir Khan with the Institute of Fiscal Studies and Democracy. Sahir, good morning to you. Let's talk about the budget. What will you be focusing on as the key priorities for the federal government? Is it long-term solutions versus short-term capital investment? What are you looking at?
Well, I'm basically looking at a response. Our largest trading partner weaponized trade and embarked on aggressive industrial policy. So really looking to see if this government can respond, address kind of shortfalls in business investment that opened up after 2014, and really shift budget spending away from kind of the transfers that kind of characterize the last 10 years in social programs to investment in capital and meeting the NATO commitment. So it's a tall order, for the finance minister and the prime minister. It's like they're sitting in air traffic control trying to land a bunch of planes at the same time. And we're also hoping they don't borrow all of it. We're hoping they reallocate from existing spending so that not everything gets borrowed and increases interest rates for the federal government.
So here, using your analogy there of landing planes and air traffic control, I mean that's a wise and sensible concept. But in an era where these Trump tariffs and the uncertainty around trade and costs and they're 10% up because he didn't like a commercial that the province ran. How does the budget? How responsible are these numbers? How accurate can they be when there's so much uncertainty on what's going to be happening with our largest trading partner?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. And it's really confounded everyone since the election, because you remember in the election, there were people that thought this would all be temporary, right? And then others like. So I think what we have to do is kind of look after ourselves, which is, promote interprovincial trade, break down those barriers, make our economy as big as it can, invest in Canadian capabilities, make sure our infrastructure is top-notch, make sure we are a world-class destination for companies looking to grow, and make sure our workforce is prepared for what's next. I think all you can do in this environment is we can be the best we can be, and we can't really rely on our largest trading partner. I think that's the really difficult balance, is that we have to look after ourselves now, and that includes the military and defense spending. And we used to come to rely on our largest trading partner and closest ally, and we just can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sahir, what are your thoughts on in terms of whether or not the federal government should be axing the tax, as Pierre Poilievre is saying? And, we are looking at the government potentially falling if he doesn't get the support of three other members or seats, and, or the opposition members abstaining from a vote. So should they be worried about Canadians right now in terms of tax?
Well, I'm not sure tax is the biggest problem right now. Companies are moving to the United States not just because of lower taxes; they're trying to get around the tariff barriers. So I think this is a lot bigger. If all you're focused on tomorrow is the deficit, I think people have probably missed the plot here. I think most of the G7 countries would gladly trade places with Canada on the size of the deficit. Our sense is that, while not ideal, we're predicting a range somewhere between $75 and $90 billion. It's not great, but it's also not a crisis. So I think the first priority's got to be, protecting Canada, protecting Canadians and our industries first, making sure we've got the biggest economy we can build ourselves, and then dealing with whatever we have to face geopolitically, whether it's the United States or China, and that's the reality of this. I think the forecast environment, I would characterize as almost impossible. You can't predict it, but what we can count on is what we can do, and it can't just be focused on a low deficit. It's not going to get us there.
Yeah, that deficit number is going to be something that will certainly be the headline coming out of tomorrow's budget. Almost, that's a prediction. I think it's pretty safe. Sahir Khan, live from the Institute of Fiscal Studies and Democracy. Appreciate the time this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.